Kuali Buenas Tardes, good afternoon. This is Kuetzpal. I'm coming to you from, actually not from El Mundo Kuetzpal YouTube. It's Corazones On Fire because that's what my business is. And actually, right now, I'm doing more business through Corazones On Fire than through El Mundo Kuetzpal. So, so we're going to do that. I also want to bring you information from our little store at Pica Pica. So, yeah, I've moved the name over. Maybe people will find it easier to find or easier to say, definitely. I think people are still trying to call me Kuetzpal. But nope, that's not it. All right, we're today to do the Okitzalometzli, the new moon ritual in Aquarius. Tomorrow, Tuesday, at 12:03 p.m., so noonish. The new moon in Aquarius, and especially that date, is one of the most important dates that you'll have all year. You to do the ritual, and it'll change your whole year. It coincides with the annual solar eclipse, creating the Ring of Fire, and that's why it's called the Ring of Fire new moon. The eclipse powers fresh starts, shifts from social dynamics, rare cosmic alignment. It acts as a major reset rather than just a standard lunar phase. It's just different than the rest of them, right? Because it coincides with that eclipse. It's for independence, humanitarianism, innovation, and friendship shifts. So if you like your friends, just let's do this so that we can have some good friends out there. Sometimes our friends aren't that great, and we just keep them because we're used to them. We love them, right? But there's a give and take in friendships, okay? Even then, not just in relationships, romantic relationships. Aligning with the lunar year, it creates a potent moment for dramatic change. It's embracing new paths, especially concerning community and individuality. All right. It's one of the most important, no, it's the most important day of the year. There's some other things out there on YouTube. I'll attach it so that you can also see it. And that's just huge. You're going to need a journal, right? If you're doing it for the first time, a brand new journal, preferably wrapped. So minimal people have handled it, but it's okay. We're going to clean it anyway. So if you have a journal that you want to use, great. The reason I'm saying a brand new journal, it's that you're not going to be opening, you're going to be doodling in it. You're not going to be writing secret messages. No, this is just for this, okay? You need an ink pen. I have my little favorite banana ink pen, and it writes really good. Some of them are bitten off because my cats feel like it's a banana. Anyway, a white candle. I have mine. Now, as long as the wax is white, it doesn't matter what the glass is. But I have my sissy sent me this for, I think, either a birthday or just for nothing. She's awesome like that. I'm not that good at it, but I try. So I love this. I love this candle. So I've been using it all year. And then you need sage, okay? This is the sage. You see, I've been using it. I already lit it and saged around my space. And you need something to put it in, preferably a salmador. But if you don't have a salmador is an ancient incense burner. If you don't have one, something that's ceramic. I made this probably my first year in undergrad in my ceramics class. It's one of the first things I threw. The bottom is not great, but it's fun. I like that I'm still using it, and that I still have it. I've sold just about everything else. So yeah, as long as it's ceramic, it can be a plate, it can be anything, right? But sometimes when we do our rituals, we want to specify things exactly for that because it's a beautiful thing to have a ritual. Okay, so you have to excuse my hair. Look, I just looked at it. I don't know what I'm doing with it. I'm either gonna let it grow or I'm going to shave it off like I usually do because I can't handle the little hairs coming out here. But yet, not yet. Okay, so this is how you're going to proceed. You're going to take off your shoes outside of the space. I'm doing my ritual in my living room, so and usually because I do it with Bianca, so I leave my shoes outside of the door, and then I light my white candle, and then I I light my sage, and I continue to smudge the whole area. I like to start at the door opening and go to the right like a clock. Always smudge clockwise, paying special attention to the corners because the corners is what I don't know. It holds negativity. Okay, so maybe a little cross, and this isn't religious. It's the four directions, right? So whether you're native or whether you don't believe in traditional religion, you can still do it. Okay, and then you're gonna smudge your whole body, right? Your whole body, especially your feet, because your feet carry a lot of negativity, right? That's why people leave their shoes outside the door and not bring them inside, right? Or they leave them at the doorway. My family would freak if I asked them to leave their shoes out there, but oh well. Okay, so you're going to smudge your journal. Okay. But if it's your first time doing it using your journal, you're going to consecrate it, right? And this is how you do that. You put it in your right hand and you say out loud as you're smudging it, I dedicate this new moon journal to manifesting all my new moon intentions that I carefully write in it. Okay, that's it. Okay, so Aquarius, I'm going to go through the different things that Aquarius is known for, strong for, brings about. The cool thing about these new moon, which I tell everyone that's interested, the cool thing about these new moon manifestations is that if you do it for a whole year, by the end of that year, you will have covered all the parts of your body, all your area around you. Okay, and you'll see why. So the new moon in Aquarius rules elusive states, right? Including confusion, sleep, fantasy, imagination, and chaos, right? Sometimes we need chaos, to shake us up. Sometimes we live a very passive life, but that doesn't mean that it's a great life. It's just passive, right? Sometimes we need a little chaos to shake us up and make us really see things the way they really are. In the matters of restoring health, Aquarius rules cold feet, bunions, and corns. Basically, the feet, kind of because like we're in February, and you know how Aquarius, they're known for covering the feet. If you see those little images, the little fish are right on the feet. Good. But the other important thing is the lymphatic system, which carries all across our bodies. And then also poisoning and toxicity. A lot of people are going through poisoning and toxicity because we're eating a lot of meat, right? And believe me, I'm a Mexican. I love meat. And so, but not so much as I used to. And then everything is so industrialized. Like even things that are organic sometimes are not, right? Like spices. I was just reading about spices and how most of them have lead in them, right? And there's only like 2 brands, I think, and believe me, I'm not being sponsored by those brands. There's only like 2 brands that are good for that. I'm going to let you read about it yourselves. I think I'm going to link it. And then, so here's a few ways to wish to maximize good health in the areas that Aquarius is specifically ruled by. Let's see. I will obtain a total healing of my feet, lymphatic system, or poisoning and toxicity. Okay. I will attract, recognize, and begin working with the right healers for me that restore my whatever it is that's specific to you. Maybe it's going to be your feet, or any of those three things. I will attract the right information that leads to a total healing of um, to my feet, my lymphatic system, or poison and toxicity. Or you can do all three. I will take action that leads to my successful restoring of my feet, lymphatic system, and just your whole body, okay, to perfect health and beauty. Okay, Aquarius rules victim mentality, including defeatist attitudes, procrastination, panic attacks. I know people who have panic attacks all the time. They call it, I'm anxious, right? I'm anxious, but it's not anxious. You have anxiety, right? And those are two different things. Being anxious, I mean, you could be anxious for your birthday to come, for Christmas to come, for seeing a new person that you are going to date. You know, you can feel anxious about that, and that's good, right? But to have anxiety is something completely different. It's paralyzing. It's numbing. It's kind of a crazy thing. Gives you the panic attacks, deception, addiction, disappointments. Here are a few ways to release that feeling of helplessness. I totally lift from my body all tendencies for self-deception or deceiving others. I totally lift from myself all thoughts of suicide. I am free of the addiction to whatever that is. It can be watching television, it can be drugs, it can be alcohol, but it also can be food, right? I'm just now breaking my addiction to food. I love food. I think it's awesome. But yeah, I don't feel that great afterwards. So yeah, breaking that. Watching television, I don't know if I can break that. I surrender, but some people really take it to the extreme. So then I do think if you're watching more television than you're living life, I think that's a key. I surrender my addiction to whatever that is and replace it with natural spiritual contentment. You can write, I feel empowered. You can write, I have the ability to say no when it's not in my overall best interest to do, when it is in my overall business to do so. Okay? It's really hard for us, some of us, to say no, right? And then we're overwhelmed. And yeah, that's not good. I possess the ability to take action when needed. Okay. I am conscious that I am protected and cared for by a higher spirit, whatever higher spirit you believe in, even if the higher spirit is yourself. I am calm, and I recognize that everything is working towards my highest good. All right? Aquarius rules elusive states. So all of these you're going to write in your book, right? The ones that you feel like you need. If you don't need some of these, don't write it. Sometimes we don't know, though. I always write all of them because sometimes later and I realize, oh, yeah, I really needed that. Okay, Aquarius rules elusive states, including confusion, sleep, fantasy, imagination, and chaos. Here's a few ways to enhance positive elusive states. I deal with times of confusion in a constructive way that lead to growth. I find my mind and body deeply relaxing at night for a minimum of 8 hours of deep and restful sleep. I need that. I sleep soundly every night. I sleep a healthy amount of time for my body. Too much sleep is bad too, right? I take constructive action to bring about the things that I want in my life. I embrace chaos in a way that leads to peace of mind and serenity. My mind and imagination are activated, leading to new and positive views about life. Okay, Aquarius rules joyful states, including internal happiness, bliss, ecstasy, universal love. Here are a few ways to wish for joyful states. I consciously and consistently experience the joy of my inner being. I feel spiritually fulfilled and happy. I experience bliss easily and actively. I embrace the ecstasy of pleasure. I consciously and consistently experience the loving bliss within me, and I experience the peace of universal love. Okay, Aquarius rules psychic sensitivity, including emotional sensitivity, gentleness, awareness of subtle energies, mystical states, and harmlessness. Okay, here are a few ways to wish to support psychic sensitivity. I stay in my own kind, loving nature. I am more sensitive to others. I have the clear mind of the mystic in viewing my life and circumstances. I am attuned to the positive spiritual forces around me because they're there, sister. Okay, the quality of gentleness is the stronger part of my character. I consciously live my life in a way that is harmless towards others. I am free of debilitating sensitivity. Okay, being a little too sensitive can really knock us for a loop sometimes. Aquarius rules reliance on higher power, including surrender trust, spiritual awareness, channeling of spiritual power. Here are a few ways to wish to increase connection with a higher power. I surrender all worries and anxieties into the healing hands of a higher power, right? Even if that higher power is ourselves, right? You know, sometimes you feel like, yeah, I shouldn't be doing this, I shouldn't be doing this. It's fun, but I shouldn't be doing this, right? You know, in my daily life, I consciously and consistently remember that the source, is doing it all, whatever that source may be. Trust a higher power to successfully guide my life. I trust that everything that occurs in my life is working towards my higher good. I wordlessly channel healing, spiritual power as I walk through my daily life. I attract, recognize, and spend time with those who are on on a spiritual path that is similar to my own. Aquarius also rules spiritual healing, including meditation and yoga, desire for inner peace, angelic assistance, and sometimes we call it assistance. Indigenous people always call them the ancestors. Quiet time, spiritual purification. Here are a few ways to wish to promote spiritual healing. I am focused on the inner peace of my own nature. I meditate at least 4 days a week, a minimum of 45 minutes each, not hours, minutes. Each time, if you can, you do what you can, right? You can start with 15 minutes and then move to 30 and then move to 45. I attract, recognize, and begin attending the right yoga class for me at least, I don't know, once a week, right? Some people go more, but we do what we can afford. And sometimes, depending on where, like I think elders at Bill House Arts, they get it for free, right? And you don't even have to live there. You can just go. When I am creating art, music, writing, whatever that is, I am fully receptive to the support and influence of the angels or ancestors. I follow the ancestors quite a bit. I create regular quiet time for myself, a minimum of 5 days a week, with a minimum of 60 minutes each time. We need our own time. I know that some of us have kids and all of that, but teach your kids about quiet time, right? They can color, they can paint, they can but for 1 hour, you're going to leave mommy alone or dad alone, right? So he does his thing or she does his thing or they do their thing. I experience the healing power of love. I surrender to a higher power and experience a total healing in whatever that is. Whatever that is. If it's your body, if it's your mentality, if it's your emotional awareness, if it's spiritual, whatever that is to you. Aquarius rules unconditional love, including forgiveness, understanding, non judgmental thinking, tolerance, acceptance, compassion, and acknowledging oneness. Here are a few ways to wish to promote unconditional love. I experience total forgiveness in the situation with whoever that is. It could be your partner, it can be um, your your best friend, it can be somebody you're in love with, it can be your supervisor at work, your coworkers, whatever that is. I feel love, and it's not just one person, right? It could be several people. So put them all in there. I feel love. I feel love and compassion for someone, right? Whoever that is. It's easy to feel love and compassion for someone you really like. It's really difficult to feel love and compassion for someone who is just making your life miserable, right? Yeah, but that's a good practice, right? It's a good practice. I respond to ruckus with tolerance and understanding. I want to easily find myself remembering that everyone is doing the very best they can with the information and tools they have. Okay? I have wisdom leading to loving people unconditionally. I understand why others are where they are without judgment. I respond with compassion to those who are in need. I lovingly accept whoever it is without trying to change them. I don't know, some people need a little bit of change. But it's not for us to do, right? We can only lead by example. After you've written all this stuff down, right? It can be messy or not, it does not matter. See, look at mine. After you've done this, you say and write these words to seal your intentions. Okay, now remember I was saying that you no longer, after you write and seal your intentions, you close it and you don't open it again. But by the next new moon, then you can go back and read and see if anything has manifested, right? So, but then after you close it again and seal it, then you're not going to open it again until the next month. And the next month again, you can go back and look at and read it. So after you're done, you say and you write these words to seal your intentions in your book. I give thanks to the universe for all these new moon intentions, fully manifesting in divine time and absolute perfect alignment with my highest good and the highest good for all involved. Así sea, or so it is. Let's see. Okay, then you close it, and you, like I said, you don't open it up until you're prepared to do the next new moon month. Okay, so this closes out the Indigenous year or nature's year, and so by the time the next new moon happens, we'll be in the next year. Okay. Um, do you like doing these? I'm not getting very many comments, so I'm thinking, am I just talking to myself? I had a little friend that I knew who was in high school. When she was in high school, I was, of course, older. I was already at the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center. And she said, I read yours. I said, leave me a comment so I know you're there, right? Because I don't know you're there if you're not there. I need you to subscribe and I need you to leave me a little comment. If not, then if no one's really interested, then I can go on and do something else that may be something you are interested, right? So I also, like I said, I'm going to do more things for the Corazones on Fire store. Look, check this out. This is my first T-shirt ever from Corazones on Fire. Still looks pretty good, actually. So yeah, this is the first T-shirt ever, and This was in 2009. We were doing classes for kids from Gaista Gallery when that was open, right? We had a studio there. And we used to work with the kids right next door at Briscoe. So it was really fun. And Corazones has manifested into different things, right? I've had a cafe, but that was Cafe Silali. That was on my cartoon character. And then we did we've done a lot of things, right? We've done a lot of things, a lot of healing things for people. And so now we have a store at Pica Pica Plaza. So if you want to purchase art or healing items, you can go to the website at corazones, plural, dot store. Or you can come to our tiendita. It's so lovely, and you and people love it, right? When they come in, they're like, "Oh, I feel so good when I walk in here." Let me see. It's at Pica Pica Plaza. That's on Military 910 Southeast Military Drive, Suite B173. And in San Antonio, Texas, 78214. So if you come to San Antonio, like my friends Rodrigo and Stitzi, they're live in Dallas, but they came down, unfortunately for a funeral. But they came by and spent some time with us and bought some cositas, mostly Stitzi because he really loves stuff about the ghost tracks. he's he's adorable, and yeah, so they came by and spent some time. Somebody from the lake that I did a workshop with came by not yesterday, Saturday, for Valentine's Day. We had a special for Valentine's Day. You could paint two for one. A lot of people took advantage of it, and that's great. A phone number we have is 210-612-7755. I want to give thanks to Universidad Nahuatl in Ocoptepec, Mexico, for teaching me a lot of things about traditional healing and traditional love. And then to my cultura, I'm part of the Payaya, Lipanipache, Mexica, of course, and Maya cultura. And the Payaya and Lipanapache are part of the Coahuiltecos. And so we have a lot of little healing cositas, right? My mother, my tia, my grandma, my amachena, they were all curanderas, right? Home healers. And so, um, although my healing is through my art, I did learn several things from my mom and my tia Vique, right? Who used to practice where Calaveras Lake is now. She had a little house, and people would find her. I don't know how. They didn't have a phone, they didn't have an address, they didn't have a car, right? But people would find her to by word of mouth, right? So I pay homage to those mujeres every time I make sprays and I make little packets with copal. It even comes with a zine that will tell you how to use it, and the manifestation kits, right? They'll give you everything you need to get started, right? It's like a little starter kit. And let's see, what else? But if you need some deep healing, right? They don't let us read cards or anything there at Pica Pica because, then they're liable, right? And I totally understand that. But you can go to Casa Guajardos and get your cards read by Linda. You can go get a Limpia by Melanie. You can get spiritual guidance through Eddie. But everybody there is knowledgeable and amazing. My mom used to go to Casa Guajardos. Um, and that's why, and it's a family, right? And they're always family that works there, and so she had a lot of trust for them, and so that's why I do. I'm doing a mural there. I haven't been doing it. I need to get people to come out and help me do it, and it's on 5223 South Flores Street, San Antonio, Texas 78214. Their number is 210-922-8949. Even if you're out of town, you can call and talk to Eddie, and I think they'll give you a different number to call and talk to Eddie, and he'll talk to you, and then everybody else who works there will send you a little package of whatever you need, right? And you can pay over the phone. So yeah, they're pretty reasonable. They're where else can you get a limpia for $30 still nowhere, right? And I wouldn't recommend, I don't know, you don't know, you might not know me, you might not trust me, but I would never send anyone anywhere where I did not trust them, okay? That I owe to my ancestors. Okay, don't forget to like this video, and don't forget to subscribe, right? Really good for asking people to subscribe. And sometimes you'll see videos where I don't ask people because I forgot to, okay? But also let me know if you enjoy the new moon manifestations. I'm thinking I'm gonna have one at Pica Pica one day, and maybe the San Antonio people can come and hang out, or maybe during the Knox, because National Association of Chicano Arts and Culture is going to be held here in April in San Antonio. So maybe during that time I'll do it so that maybe people from out of town can come and learn how to do the new moon manifestation. Sometimes some people need for you to do it with them. That's why I do the video. But I don't know. Maybe we could do that. All right. I guess that's it for today. Kuali Buenas tardes. Good afternoon.